Hi there, Geminis. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at April 18 through the 24th. And as I told you last week, Mars, the motivator, the planet of energy, is out of phase through the end of June in Sagittarius. And of course, Sagittarius is your opposite sign, your relationship zone, and a very important sign for you. I'm sure many of you are friends with, are married to, live with, have been in a relationship with someone born under the sign of Sagittarius. Because being opposite signs, you really enjoy each other's company and learn a lot from each other. Now, apart from Mars, this week Pluto. Now, Pluto is one of those planets of rebirth and regeneration and has a lot to do with things that maybe are a bit more under the radar and not as obvious. And it's been in Capricorn for quite some time, and it goes out of phase in your 8th house of joint resources and investments for 5 months. So you may discover, whether you want to discover it or not, that something you thought was ironclad, an agreement, maybe a financial agreement or an agreement that you had, a handshake agreement, isn't as ironclad and solid and as good as you had hoped that it would be. And it might take some maneuvering to make it as better for you and to ensure that you're not going to lose money or feel ripped off. There's nothing worse, is there, than feeling like you've been had, especially if it's by someone you know and love and trust. And even though it may not be that way, you just may have that feeling. So it's important that you look at all aspects of what's going on. Venus and Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, are both in Aries, which is your 11th house of hopes, dreams, wishes, and friendship. So maybe you lent money to a friend, maybe you've been talking about going into business with somebody and you sort of had your heart set on it, and now that other person is either backing out or they want you to put more money in, or the terms and conditions aren't exactly what you signed up for, and so you're probably feeling like you're having a little second thought. Well, of course, with Mercury going out of phase in your past karma and self-renewal zone, April 28, next week, through May 21st, it's probably a good idea to put things on hold anyway. So as we push forward into May, I've written my love and relationship article. Mayhem is what I'm going to call May, because we have Pluto, Mercury, and Mars all retrograde. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get anything done. It's kind of like the Senate, trying to push a bill through the Senate, and no one is interested in helping anyone else do that. You're really kind of going to be on your own. And that's fine because you do very well on your own. But if you're tied up business-wise with others, now's a good time, before Mercury goes retrograde, to really try and work things out and maybe get some things on paper if you're not feeling 100% confident and assured about what's about to go down, because there's nothing worse than feeling as if you've been had. So this is a very exciting weekend with Venus and Uranus hooking up in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, wishes, and friendship. You could find an unexpected attraction develops, or between you and a friend or a friend of a friend, maybe someone you've always had in the friend zone. You suddenly look at them and think they could possibly move on into the, develop into something more than a friend with benefits. So keep that in mind as well. Aries, Aquarius, Sagittarius, all great matches for you. Have a wonderful week. Great speaking to you, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week, Geminis.